Yo fellas, how we doing? Hope we're doing good. I've had a little bit of time to reflect on the traumatic events from UFC Abu Dhabi in the co-main event, where Steve Ertug was unfortunately slimed out by Tamirov, and I thought, you know what, I'm in a bad mood anyway. Let's have a look at some of the most traumatic UFC events that have happened in the last year, / moments as well. There are some moments in here. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Some of these are pretty traumatic, so viewer discretion is advised, especially with this first one. The Great Shamil Slime Out of May 26. This was bad, guys, alright? This was really bad, boys. Yeah, let me just set the scene for you guys. So, see, I'm in the UK, yeah, so this was about 10 AM, 11 AM in the UK. This was perfect. Perfect time for a UFC card. I wake up, crisp May morning on a Saturday, and I've got UFC first thing in the morning. Fantastic. This card was good as well. It was stacked. Main card was stacked. We had JDM, Quillen Salkeld, you know, all these guys. Right before this, we just watched the great Louis Sutherland pull out the craftiest bag of tricks I've ever seen, the UFC's ever seen, the universe, the galaxy's probably ever seen, and blob his way to a 30-27 decision versus Tai Tuivasa. I was in a good mood. Life couldn't be better, guys, right? Life could not be better. I look on the schedule. Who's up next? It's Shamil Gaziev. Mood up instantly. Yeah, it's proven, it's a scientific fact when Shamil Gaziev's fight, humanity's happiness actually rises by 50%. That's a stat. Look it up yourself. Yeah, and he's fighting Brandon Pericic. Don't get me wrong, Brandon Pericic is a dangerous guy, but I thought Shamil could blob his way to a win here. Little did I know, I was about to see the greatest slime out I've ever seen. And we call a lot of things slime outs on this channel, yeah? This might be the greatest slime out I've ever seen. Not the greatest, whoa. The most traumatic slime out I've ever seen, alright guys? Alright? I'm not fucking joking. Shamil got sent fucking airborne. I've never seen a 264-pound man get sent airborne. He got hit with the nastiest uppercut I've ever seen. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it was a back and forth fight, but Shamil was getting beaten up a little bit. Brandon Perich was kind of putting a whipping on the guy, but you know, I thought Shamil could stay in there. He wasn't biting on the mouth guard. He was not biting on the mouth guard. You know it's a good day when Shamil Gaziev isn't biting on the mouth guard, yeah? I was positive. I was thinking, you know, Shamil can ride this one out, he can tough it out, you know what I mean? But gee, he got sent fucking airborne. It's bad, guys. It was bad. My whole mood was ruined. My whole day, my whole week, my whole month. I'm still recovering from. I'm still grieving from this, guys. Actually, I don't think I ever will. And all these people you see here in the picture or from the card in Perth, I still think won't recover either. You know, it's a traumatic thing, guys. This was bad. Seriously, no, this was actually this is one of the funniest things that I've seen this year. I could not stop laughing when it's actually happened. It was actually the funniest shit I've ever seen. Shamil going airborne from a Brandon Pericic uppercut. You could not make it up. Either way, moving on. Like, okay, I need to get serious now. This was actually sad. Carlos Ulberg selfishly winning the belt just so he can ruin the light heavyweight division. This is actually the most depressed I've ever been after a UFC fight. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I was sat there in silence in front of the screen for probably a good 2 to 3 hours after the fight ended. In silence. Not a single word. I could have gone to bed. It was like 6 in the morning. I didn't. I stayed there. I was in too much pain, guys. Alright? Carlos Ulberg. Fight starts. But let's not get into the fight yet. How good is that fight week? All fight week, it was. Everyone was, you know, in support of Yuri. Everyone was in support of Yuri. They were at the press conference. Everyone was chanting for Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka was getting up all rowdy for the fans and everything. Everyone was behind Prochazka. Prochazka edits were all over TikTok. It was a good fight week. Yeah, we get to the fight. Sick walkout. Yuri Prochazka just fucking that warrior spirit. You know what I mean? And we get in the cage. Nothing really happens between these two first couple minutes, and then Ulberg tears his ACL. He falls over. He falls over like 3 times, and Yuri doesn't pounce on him. Yeah, and you're thinking, oh my god, it's written in the stars. It's written in the stars, guys, for Yuri Prochazka to become champion again. Just want to let Yuri Prochazka is literally one of my favourite fighters. Yeah, for weeks, for months, whenever this fight got announced, yeah, I have literally been praying that this guy becomes champion. He's such a fun fighter. He's such an interesting guy. Such a fun style. He's like honestly, there'd be so many exciting matchups you can give him if he became champion. And this Carlos Ulberg guy decides, you know what, instead of just, saving the light heavyweight division. I've done my ACL. Let me just, give up and give Yuri the belt, which he should have done. Let's be honest, guys, alright? He decides to go and just chin Yuri with probably one of the cleanest left hooks I've ever seen. But we're not going to talk about that, alright? We're not going to talk about how good the shot from Ulberg was. He decided to ruin the whole light heavyweight division just so he could win the belt. Alright, guys, that's the most selfish thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright? A real fighter would have let Yuri win. A real fan would have let Yuri win. Alright? Like, I'm surprised the whole crowd didn't just storm the octagon as soon as Ulberg got hurt and just started just beat him up for Yuri. Fuck. Like, guys, I was sitting here 2 hours, 3 hours after this fight ended. The window was looking proper inviting to me. I'm just saying. The window was looking very inviting. Oh, this was bad, guys. Like, no, on a serious note, I've actually never been more sad after a fight ever in my life. I actually woke up the next morning. Not the next morning. I didn't go to bed for ages. I woke up the next afternoon, actually just depressed. I wasn't happy for days after this, and that's serious. I'm being serious now, yeah. This ain't no joke, fake, sad thing. This actually is serious. Like, how can you hurt this guy? Look at him in the wombat. Look at him in the wombat. How can you hurt this guy? I'm never gonna forgive you, Carlos Ulberg. I don't care, and I never want to see you versus Ankalaev ever. Get Paulo Costa a title shot, and he's gonna come slime you out. I'm sure Carlos Ulberg's a lovely guy, but either way, fuck that guy. Moving on. Chimaev versus DDP. It doesn't get any better, guys. I told you, viewer discretion is advised, guys. This is bad. Alright, this is getting real bad now. Alright. Again, the same situation. This whole fight week, or just leading up, the weeks leading up to the fight, social media was behind DDP. People were finally appreciating how good DDP is and how fun of a fighter he is, and his personality and everything. DDP edits were all over social media. Everyone, all these comments in the TikTok videos everywhere. Oh, DDP by Falling Piano. DDP by cartoon this and cartoon that. Everyone was behind DDP and having, we were having jokes, yeah. And it was such a good fight week. Everyone was looking forward to this fight, and Chimaev just has to ruin it, eh? By bumming DDP on the ground for 25 minutes and not doing anything with it. You boring fuck. I've never been happier in my life when Strickland beat him. Just gonna put that out there. I probably woke my neighbours up. It was like 6 AM when Strickland beat Chimaev. I've never shouted so loud in my life. I think I probably woke my neighbours. That don't matter. Either way, back to this. And DDP, he never gave up though. Yeah, he'll never gave up. In the 5th round, he nearly had a choke on Chimaev. He was trying to lock up rear naked chokes on Chimaev, but this was depressing to watch. Honestly, this is like, I'm such a big DDP fan. Right, he seems like a cool guy. I like his personality. He's a funny guy, and also he's such an entertaining fighter. Always puts on good scraps. Like, DDP's never been in a boring fight other than this one, which wasn't even his fault. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. We're not going to go into that. Alright, either way, Chimaev, just the most boring performance I've ever seen in my life. Actually, so we'll get on to one that's maybe actually arguably more boring than this, but this was bad, alright? I don't want to see any of this tomfoolery again from Chimaev. None of this again. And arguably, DDP beats him in a rematch. I'm just saying, guys. Just saying. It's not delusion, that's a fact. If you don't believe that, you can go watch MMA Joey or some guy like that, alright? It's a fucking loser like that. Just saying, guys. Alright? DDP beats Chimaev in a rematch. This was bad, guys, alright? This was bad. Moving on. Okay, this is a good one. The Dana White Instagram live announcements. This was a rough period. This was a dark period in the history of the UFC, being a UFC fan. This was rough, alright? We'd have some of the biggest fights of the year, the headliners for numbered events, for pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them. And this pink bald fuck would sit in front of his phone with his stupid power slap t-shirt on, and just give the most monotone, depressing, not bothered announcement you've ever seen in your life. And then, like, oh, it was so bad. The one that comes to mind is the Yuri Prochazka Carlos Ulberg was like, so we got the number 2 ranked contender Yuri Prochazka versus the number 3 ranked contender Carlos Ulberg. Yeah, that was literally it. That's all it is. The guy's sounding. I've literally seen more enthusiasm at a funeral. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there, guys. I've seen more enthusiasm at a funeral. Like, these things. Then again, like the memes and like the jokes that came out of these things, they were funny as anything. But like, you're the president of the company, mate. You're the president of the company. Have some excitement. Like, these are the biggest fights. Some of the biggest fights of the year. Be excited to announce them. Get the fans all excited. Instead, we got the most depressing videos I've ever seen in my life. Like when when I clicked onto these Instagram lives, I'm so excited. I come out more depressed after the Instagram live than I was going into it, even though some insane fights got announced. That's how bad these were. All right, these were terrible. I can't remember the last time he did one. He had the cheek to do one when he announced McGregor versus Holloway the other month, whatever you call it. And he announced the whole card, and had the cheek to sit there on his little desk with all the pals, yeah, you know, Hunter Campbell, all them lot, and just like casually announce McGregor coming back, and like Paddy Pimblett, BSD, Lona Kavanagh, Brandon Royval, with his like face literally stuck in his iPhone. I don't know, it was funny. It is funny, and to be fair, like as bad as it is that a president of a company is doing some shit like this, but it is funny. It is funny. Moving on. UFC 322 main and co-main. Again, I have to set the scene for you guys on this one, yeah? I have to set the scene, yeah? Bear in mind, this was prospecting, yeah, to be one of the greatest cards of the year, maybe the greatest card of the year. Leading up to the co-main event, we had Bo Nickel getting a head kick KO. Bo Nickel getting a head kick KO. That's right, yeah? Straight after that, who do we have? Oh, yeah. Carlos Prates sliming out Leon Edwards. Nasty knockout. Right after that, who do we have? Sean Brady getting slimed out in about 2 minutes by Michael Morales. He just decided it was clobbering time and just like sent Sean Brady to the Shadow Realm. Who else? I feel like I'm missing one. Who else did we have on this card? So there's another slime out I'm missing. Oh yeah, BSD just sliming out Benny Dariush in about 16 seconds. Like that, you've had 4 insane slime outs back to back to back to back. 4 insane nasty finishes, and before that the prelims are pretty good as well. You're thinking, oh my god, look, Makhachev JDM in the main. I've got, you know, Whaley moving up to flyweight to challenge Shevchenko, and Whaley's actually an exciting fight. I like watching Whaley. So I was somewhat looking forward to this. Man, it's like, and we just got pile of shit for the main and co-main. Just a complete pile of shit, complete dog shit. It's like that, you know, that thing on TikTok, whipping up shit in a kettle. That podcast clip. Literally, that is literally what this was. That's literally what this was. I fell asleep. Like, I'm not even joking. I fell asleep multiple times during the main and co-main. It was that bad. And also, JDM is literally one of my favourite fighters. Got blobbed for 25 minutes. And Makhachev literally did nothing. Literally no submission attempts. And, like, no strikes on the ground. Just holding someone down for 25 minutes. Like, what the fuck? And then Shevchenko just putting on the most boring fight I've ever seen. Like, women's MMA is bad enough, alright, guys? We don't need Shevchenko holding people down in a title fight for 25 minutes. Like, flipping out. This is bad. This is really bad. Completely ruined the mood. And ruined what could have been the greatest card of the year. Greatest card of the year. And the rest of the fights in the main card, you couldn't have asked for anything better. 4 insane slime outs. And then we have to come to this pile of shit. Back to back. Like, I woke up in the morning, I actually couldn't remember what happened. I woke up in the morning, I literally could not remember what happened in the main event. I had to search up and go on Instagram and check with the UFC post. I could not remember. It was that bad. I kept falling asleep because it was that bad. I couldn't remember what happened. That bad. So unmemorable. This is bad, guys. Alright. Moving on. What we got next? Oh yeah, Cyril Gane single-handedly ruining UFC 321. I've never felt more alone as a Tom Aspinall fan in my life. People are slowly getting behind Tom Aspinall again. All the kind of Alex Pereira TikTok fans are kind of getting behind Tom Aspinall because of what Cyril Gane did to Alex Pereira at the White House card. But these guys weren't here when Cyril Gane fucking stuck his baguette fingers in Tom Aspinall. This was bad, alright? I felt like a loner on social media as the only Tom Aspinall fan. It feels like every direction after this I went on social media, Tom Aspinall's getting flamed, Tom Aspinall's getting called a quitter, Tom Aspinall's getting ripped apart by like pundits and analyst desks, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if it's called pundits in MMA. It just isn't football, but this was bad. Like Tom hasn't fought in leading into the fight. Tom hasn't fought in like a year against Curtis. That was about Curtis Blades, and the fight lasted a minute because John Jones has been ducking him for so long, and then he retired. Tom got upgraded to undisputed champ from interim champ, and he books the fight straight away. You think we got a real champ on our hands, and we still do. We still have a real champ on our hands. Books against Cyril Gane, number 1 ranked contender, who just robbed Volkov, but is what it is. And yeah, we're all excited for this fight. Tom's gonna do it. Tom's gonna get him. Tom's gonna get him. No one can beat Tom. And then people start pushing this fake narrative, yeah. And even people like Dana White, yeah, in his bloody after the fight in his bloody what do you call it, press conference, like, oh, Cyril Gane looked good tonight. He'll look good. I mean, how good does Cyril Gane look? You know, like you just shut up. The fight lasted 4 minutes, if that. I can't remember. It didn't even last a round. Like people kept saying, like, on social media, oh, but Cyril Gane was up in round 1. You know, he was bullying Tom. He was dominating. He literally landed like 2 or 3 more jabs than Tom, and that was it. Tom was doing the better kicks, landing some nice body kicks, nice leg kicks. Cyril Gane literally landed 2 or 3 more jabs. That is literally it. Literally it. It's fake narrative going around on social media that Cyril Gane beating up Tom bad. No, he wasn't. He literally wasn't. None of these guys have watched the fights. They're just listening to what other people say and then just taking that information and spreading it around in TikTok comments and Instagram comments, just spouting shit. Yeah? The fight was close. And it's a 5-round title fight. What are you meant to judge round 1 of? How many title fights has there been where a fight's lost round 1 and then what ended up winning the fight? How many? Probably most of them. Like, what? Like, most MMA fans don't know what they're talking about. They like to follow narratives. They're all like sheep. But fuck, this was such. I was so hyped for this fight, and the card hadn't been great either. The card was not even that great. It wasn't that stacked. We just had like a women's title fight before that. Who was it? Like Mackenzie Dern versus Jandarova, and it wasn't very entertaining. The whole card really wasn't entertaining. We didn't have too many good scraps. And it had like Jatwin Almeida on the card. It wasn't a great card. So you're thinking Tom Aspinall, here he is to come save the card, and Cyril Gane just couldn't help himself to go along with the back of the head shots that he's done literally all his career. He decided, you know what, I haven't poked someone in the eye properly yet and ended the fight, so why not do that? That's what he did. I'll never get over this, and we are coming for Cyril Gane in that rematch. And we, Tom Aspinall, not just Tom Aspinall, we are gonna submit Cyril Gane in 2 rounds. Guarantee that's happening. Yeah, I've never not been a Tom Aspinall fan. Tom Aspinall's literally one of my favourite fighters and always will be, yeah? All these fake Tom Aspinall fans. Everyone was behind Tom Aspinall going to this fight, and literally half of his fan base literally ran away and all started hating on him, yeah? They're all fake fans, and that's the thing with MMA fans, yeah? A lot of them. Who will get behind a fight when they're doing well and winning, and as soon as like some controversy, not even controversy, some shit like this happens, or even if they just lose, like a bad fight, they'll just stop supporting him and start hating on him. It's like when JDM got blobbed by Makachev. So many like JDM fans, or like pretend JDM fans, sorry, because they're not even real ones, yeah, just stop supporting him, like completely. And he, again, after the Prates loss, so many JDM fans stopped supporting him and started hating on him. I'm still a JDM fan to this day. I don't care what's happening. He could lose 50 fights in a row, and I'm still a JDM fan. Same with Tom Aspinall, same with Yuri Prochazka, all my favourite fighters. Same with Steve Erceg. These guys could lose 50 fights in a row, and I'm still their fan, because that's what a proper fan is, yeah? That's what, unfortunately, that's the thing with MMA fan base. A bunch of losers, but it is what it is. This was a rough time. Never want to experience this again. We're coming for Cyril Gane in 2026, at some point later in the year. It's happening, 100%. We're going to slime out Cyril Gane. It's not happening. Right, and I've started to see Cyril Gane fans everywhere. Where have these guys come from? Where have they come from? They're like, seriously, who is a Cyril Gane fan? Like, I can understand people who don't like Tom Aspinall for some reason. There's nothing wrong with Tom Aspinall. The guy's done nothing wrong. But people who don't like him maybe supporting Cyril Gane. But who is an actual Cyril Gane fan? Like, seriously. Like, no one's like these. I don't know where these guys are coming from in the last few months, but it is what it is. That's it, boys. That's the last one I got here. Yeah, that's the last one. And so these are some of the most traumatic moments that I've experienced in the last year in the UFC. I might think about doing a video for the best moments in the last year or so in the UFC, but I'll see if I get around to that. Remember, a prediction video for UFC Serbia should be coming out soon if it's not already out, so watch out for that. And thanks for watching, boys. Peace.